Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Meyer. Today we're talking about the connection between perimenopause and menopause and BV and the top 3 probiotic treatments you can use to help you get over BV fast. Thanks so much for joining me. I am a functional medicine doctor, registered dietitian, and family medicine doctor, and this is my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you're back, welcome back. I appreciate everyone supporting the channel and all the comments and questions and everything, so keep those coming. Today we're talking about bacterial vaginosis. That's something I see in women a lot in my practice, and I see it often associated with perimenopause and menopause. Also, people don't think about that connection. We think about sometimes vaginal dryness and yeast infections, but bacterial vaginosis can be related to these hormone imbalances too. So today we're going to talk about that. But if you haven't learned much about perimenopause or menopause, I have lots of videos on the channel. I've been working with this with women who have perimenopause and menopause for years and working on hormone balance and estrogen dominance and low progesterone and lots of different issues. I've also worked quite a bit with both women and men on gut health. So I have lots of videos on SIBO and gut health too, so you can check those out also. But let's talk about today's topic. So what is bacterial vaginosis? And I am referring to my blog post here when you see me looking down. So if you want to check that blog post out, it is available at perimenopause.help. I have lots of different topics, and this is one of my most recent posts. So it's a condition where the bacterial balance in the vagina is disrupted, and kind of like we talk about with the microbiome in the gut, when we have too much of the bad bacteria, that can also happen in the vaginal microbiome. So we have a lot of different microbiomes, or what that means is little cities of bacteria and viruses and even parasites sometimes in different parts of our body. Now, the gut is known more for parasites and potentially, not all the time, and bacterial imbalance. But like I said, you can see the bacterial imbalance in the vagina, known as BV. So it can cause dryness, itching, a not pleasant odor, kind of described as a fishy odor. And a lot of times doctors will prescribe metronidazole. A lot of times it's the gel, sometimes it's the oral pill, but there are other options, and that's what I wanted to talk about here today, is correcting the microbiome in the vaginal region or the vaginal environment, and making that better so that we can maybe avoid having to use those antibiotics like metronidazole, because metronidazole, when you take it orally, doesn't make you feel very good. And if we can instead restore a good balance, then we might not have to use those medications. So BV is the most common vaginal infection in women ages 15 to 44, but you can also see it after those ages and post-menopause. But definitely, if you're struggling with it, definitely see your doctor and get a culture and confirm that that's what it is before you try it. Not that these things I'm going to recommend are going to be dangerous in any way, but you do want to get the correct diagnosis. So when the body goes through the hormonal changes that I talk about a lot on this channel of perimenopause and menopause, you can see a change in the pH environment in the vagina, and that's what a lot of times contributes to the bacterial imbalance that happens there and increases your risk for BV. So probiotics are one of the ways we as functional medicine doctors, naturopaths also, I'm not a naturopath, but other naturopaths and other integrative medicine doctors, how they work on BV and even yeast infections is a lot of times through certain probiotic strains. So which of those probiotic strains will help? A lot of times you'll hear a lot about lactobacillus, and that's one of the good strains that will help. And then bifidobacteria can also be helpful too, and that's another strain you see in a lot of different probiotics. So probiotics are basically supplements we can take to help restore a better bacterial environment in our guts, in our vagina, in our urinary tract, and a lot of different areas. They've also done research with probiotics, different probiotic strains helping with mental health, also with depression, with anxiety, even sometimes with ADHD. There's been a lot of little studies with probiotics, so they're a good supplement to maybe other treatments that you're doing, and they can definitely help correct issues with the gut and with the vaginal microbiome. So some of the strains that are most helpful and most commonly used in probiotic formulas for bacterial vaginosis or yeast infections. Not that they're the same thing, but a lot of times the probiotic strains can help address both problems. So Lactobacillus acidophilus is a big one, Lactobacillus rhamnosus, Lactobacillus fermentum, Lactobacillus gasseri, Lactobacillus reuteri, and then one you don't hear a lot about, but it is in a lot of the good blends, is Lactobacillus crispatus. So it's important to know that there's a lot of different strains, that it's not only lactobacillus that's really helpful, but also certain strains of bifidobacteria, and even sometimes Saccharomyces boulardii, which is actually a yeast, but a beneficial yeast, can be helpful. Which brings me to my first recommended product that I really like for BV, and it's called Venus Vital Probiotic, and it's by Happy Mammoth. If you're not familiar with them, they make a lot of great products for women and hormone balance and gut health, and I have a whole video reviewing a lot of their products that's really popular, so you can check that out. They have a very popular hormone balancing herbal supplement called Hormone Harmony. That's super popular. So the Venus Vital, it's shelf stable, it's a multi-strain probiotic. It contains 10 billion CFUs, so colony forming units. That's how we measure the strength of our probiotics, and billion sounds like a lot, but that's really what's needed when we're trying to restore good balance in our microbiomes. And it has 8 different strains of really beneficial probiotics. So this is my favorite for bacterial vaginosis and yeast. I know I have had some other reviews on female-oriented probiotics, but I have since, found this product, and I really do like it. So this probiotic is 100% blend, is 100% vegan, it's non-GMO. It has the 8 strains, like I said, and the 8 strains that are in the Venus Vital is Lactobacillus acidophilus, Lactobacillus rhamnosus, Lactobacillus plantarum, Lactobacillus gasseri, Lactobacillus fermentum. So what I find when I use this with women is that it also helps their gut health too, because and one really unique thing about this product is it also has that Saccharomyces boulardii, which is a beneficial yeast that can act like a probiotic. It can help to reduce the Candida yeast, the negative yeast that can cause vaginal itching and dryness and burning when we have yeast infections. And then it can also help to establish, the Saccharomyces boulardii can help to establish a healthy pH, and that's helpful for fighting and preventing recurrent BV. And then some of the individual strains that they have in there, Urex is the trademarked blend of Lactobacillus reuteri and rhamnosus, and has some good evidence to show that it does what it's supposed to do, this certain strain. And then there's Lactobacillus crispatus, and that can help reduce BV on its own and reduce yeast infections and UTIs in women. That's another thing, this blend and some of the other blends I'm going to talk about. When we get a better balance in our microbiome, in the vaginal microbiome, we can have less UTIs too. So it also has some specific strains of Lactobacillus gasseri. You can read more about this in my blog, and a very unique and effective strain of Lactobacillus acidophilus that can not only help with the BV, but help reduce allergic symptoms, improve our immune system, help our gut health. One of the other ones, Lactobacillus gasseri strain that they have in here, can help boost gut health, and it can survive the acidic environment of the gut. So you've got some double bonuses with these strains with helping gut health too. It also has plantarum in there that really helps with IBS symptoms and IBD too. So on top of it, also helping kill off the major cause of BV, which is a bacteria called Gardnerella vaginalis. So the Lactobacillus plantarum can be really, really helpful for that. And then there are some popular ones that you can get locally at your local drugstore. The Venus Vital is ordered online, and I'll put a link to that with a coupon code in my description. But there's some that you can get locally, and I'll put a link for those too. But Refresh Probiotic, that's very popular. It contains a high dose of lactobacillus bacteria that helps the vaginal microbiome. They also have a reuteri and rhamnosus lactobacillus in there. And these are little different than the strains in the Venus Vital, but still with beneficial effects on the vaginal microbiome. So I used this product for years, and it does really work as well. They also, they have, it's a good option for vaginal health, like I said, overall. I have seen it be effective for lowering BV risk and also lowering recurrent UTIs and yeast infections. It just doesn't have quite as much in it as the Venus Vital does. Same with Femdophilus by Jaro. Again, a tried and true product that I've used in my practice for quite a while. It has 5 billion CFU per capsule and 2 different strains of lactobacillus. They also, though, have a more souped up version of this called Advanced. So Jaro formulas Femdophilus Advanced Probiotics, and that has 10 billion CFU with 6 different strains. I feel like this one's more effective because it has a lot of different the proven strains in there. So it has the Lactobacillus crispatus, the Lactobacillus gasseri, Lactobacillus plantarum, Lactobacillus rhamnosus, and Lactobacillus jensenii, which is a different and a unique strain that is in this product that makes it more effective, or makes it very effective too. And then it has Bifidobacterium lactis, so it has some of the bifidobacterium that is also helpful for gut health, immunity, and the vaginal microbiome. So that is something you can usually get. Maybe not, you can get the Refresh probiotic usually at your local drugstore. The Femdophilus Advanced and the regular Femdophilus, which isn't quite as strong, you can get usually sometimes at your local, like Walgreens or bigger drugstores like that. You can also get it if you have Sprouts or Natural Grocers or Whole Foods, depending on whatever natural food store you have available to you. And then of course there's some links for Amazon I can provide where you can order online. So those are my top 3 favorites for bacterial vaginosis. If you have questions on that, I can't answer your individual medical questions, but I'd love to help with questions about the product or BV in general, or any other perimenopause, menopause, gut health related questions. I will get to those questions as soon as I can. I always try to answer them at least once a week. But I thank you so much for watching. Please continue to watch. It really helps the channel grow, and share the video. Please hit that like button and the subscribe button to help keep this channel going. And I so appreciate your support, and I will see you next time.